Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. I am your host, Queen Tulsa, and today we have a great show for you. Go ahead and check out that description, and we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. I'm your host, Queen Tulsa, and today is Saturday, October 22nd. Okay. And today is T.S. Madison's birthday. Shout out to T.S. Madison. We will definitely be having a get together this evening. Okay. But today we are here to discuss Debbie Collier. If you guys are unaware of who Debbie Collier is, well, let me just give you a little piece of information that I know. Um, Debbie Collier was a mother. She was a wife. Um, she was, in my opinion, lured into a horrible position. If you guys are not aware, I'll give you the rundown and then we'll go ahead and break down the 911 call because there was a 911 call and it has been finally released. So, first of all, I want to say condolences to Debbie, um, her family that's with us. Um, this is heavy. This is very heavy. And give me 1 second, and we will. Let me see. I thought we had a picture of Debbie, but apparently we don't. Um, but it's a horrible story all the way around the board, guys. It's just no way of telling this story um without understanding that this is heartbreaking. And as a content creator, yes, I have to bring the news and some news and like this and others, many others, because we'll follow up with a story that happened in Kansas City. There was a serial unaliver on the loose, and the Black community reached out and, to law enforcement, and you guys will understand what that was about. Debbie Collier, this is her story. Federal agents said they are now joining in the investigation of a Georgia mother whose body was found undressed, burned, and dumped in the woods after she sent a cryptic text to her daughter was a deliberate and personal act. The case of 59-year-old Debbie Collier's death has raised a lot of questions and gained nationwide attention. But so far, authorities have not had a lot of answers as to what happened. Habersham County Chief Deputy Murray Kogod says surveillance footage shows Collier leaving a Family Dollar at 3:09 p.m. on the day she was reported missing. Collier then stayed in her van, parked in the parking lot for 10 minutes before driving off. southbound on Georgia 15. Her body was discovered at 12:44 p.m. on Sunday, September 11th, Kogod said. The case remains complex in nature and has a lot of questions and unknowns. Investigators say that they do not have any evidence suggesting that the incident was related to a kidnapping or unalivement, and are still considering the case a unalivement investigation. An autopsy in Collier's cause of unalivement and a crime lab analysis of evidence found at the scene are still pending. Guys, this is heavy. This is Debbie Collier. For those that don't know who Debbie Collier is, that's Debbie Collier. Collier was seen buying a red reusable tote bag, a 2-roll pack of paper towels, tarp, rain poncho, and reusable lighter at the store in Clayton, Georgia. On store surveillance the day prior, those objects were later found uphill from where her remains were discovered. Collier went missing on September 10th after reportedly sending her daughter $2,385 over the Venmo app in a cryptic message reading, "They're not going to let me go. Love you. There's a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door." The daughter, Amanda Bearden, told police the final message with the payment scared her and that it was unusual for her mother to leave without telling anyone. She and Steve Collier, the missing woman's husband, alerted the police and filed a missing persons report. Investigators used a Sirius XM radio in Collier's rental car to track it to a highway 60 miles away in Clarksville, Georgia. A Habersham County K-9 unit found her remains down an embankment in the woods a quarter mile from the vehicle, nude, laying on her back, grasping a small tree with her right hand, according to the incident report. The FBI Atlanta office said agents have been asked to join in the investigation. Anyone with information on Collier's case is asked to contact Habersham County Sheriff's Investigators Cale Garrison or George Kaysen at 706 839 0559 or 706 839 0560. Let's have a moment of silence for Debbie Collier. All right, thank you so much for that moment of silence. I see that we have some visitors in the house. All right, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we are about to dig deep into what is going on. We need answers. Us as the public, we need answers. This is a woman. All women are not protected. I'm just going to see it. We're not protected like we're supposed to be. Hello, Salam Allah. He says, "Hi, Queen. Thank you for yesterday. Thank you so much for showing up." Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, listen, guys, Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. But when we come back, we will be listening to the 911 call that was released. And we'll do that right after these messages. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Please like, share, and subscribe. The Goddess Tulsa Show. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to go ahead and get ready for the show. We have some great news for you. Okay? We're going to have a great time. So I really, really, really appreciate you and your dedication to showing up. Gratitude. Don't be afraid to hit that cash app. And don't forget to smash the like button.
Yes. Came home. My wife wasn't home. Her driver's license still in there. The rental car's gone. And her daughter's here. And we were kind of worried about what's happening and where she's at. I was wondering if you could send somebody over here.
Do you have any medical issue? Let's say like Alzheimer's or something like that?
No. She's 59 years old. No, she has no medical issues like that. And according to her daughter, who went up and her purse is still here with her driver's license. The only thing is the phone is gone, and she sent her daughter a text about 2 hours ago saying they won't let me go. Whatever that means, we don't know. And I've been gone all day parking cars for the football game, and that's where we at.
Daughter a text message saying that
my stepdaughter
that they won't let her go.
Yeah, they got.
Any number one?
Yes. Came home. My wife wasn't home. Her driver's license still in there. The rental car's gone, and her daughter's here. And we were kind of worried about what's happening and where she's at. I was wondering if you could send somebody over here.
Do you have any medical issue? Let's say like Alzheimer's or something like that?
No. She's 59 years old. No, she has no medical issues like that. And according to her daughter, who went up and her purse is still here with her driver's license. The only thing is the phone is gone, and she sent her daughter a text about 2 hours ago saying they won't let me go. Whatever that means, we don't know. And I've been gone all day parking cars for the football game, and that's where we at.
Daughter a text message saying that
my stepdaughter
that they won't let her go.
All right. So as we listen, I want to acknowledge the fact that this man, to me, it seems like he was trying to establish his alibi on the 911 call. You know, I was at work parking cars. Why couldn't it have been I was at work, I just got here, and this is what's going on? But let's get into it.
Yeah, she got a text message saying that.
And it come from her number, right? What's your name, sir?
Steve Collier.
Spell your last name for me?
Collier.
And your wife's name?
Deborah. We call her Debbie, but it's Deborrah.
Same last name?
yes.
How old is she? At 59?
59. She just turned 59.
You just returned home, right?
Pardon me?
You just returned home, right?
Yes, I just returned home. I was parking cars until about 4:30, and when I came back, the van that she had rented because the car was in the shop was gone. I figured she was shopping for food.
Okay. So and her car is there?
Pardon me? Her van's not here.
Okay. But her driver's license and what else is there?
Right.
Home?
Yeah, her driver's license is here.
What else is
I'm really having a hard time. I'm really having a hard time with this 911 call. And you guys know I have to stop it, give a little bit of commentary just because it is a recording. But let's go ahead and get back into it.
did she leave for the purse or anything else?
Yeah, she left her purse, and her credit cards are here.
When was the last time she was seen?
Well, I left at 9 o'clock. She was still sleeping. So, last night. I mean, she went to bed last night, and I left, and the van was here.
So is your stepdaughter there though? I mean, did she see her today?
Pardon me?
Did your stepdaughter see her today?
Wait a minute.
You say a stepdaughter. Did she see her or?
Say that again. I'm trying to control a dog.
Okay, your stepdaughter. Did she see her?
No,
recently?
no, nobody has seen her. I was probably the last person to see her last night.
What time? Is that 9 o'clock last night?
Yeah, about 9 o'clock when we went to bed.
What time was the message sent to your stepdaughter?
What time? About 2 hours ago?
Okay. It's the energy, it's the vibe from him. I mean, my spouse is missing. Okay. But let's get into it.
It's about 2 hours ago?
Yes.
And it specifically said they won't let me go.
Yeah, that's what the message said.
So this is where I have a question. Why would you wait 2 hours to reach out to the police and you got a message saying they won't let me go? Really? 2 hours. This is your mother. Your mother sends you money and sends you a message, they won't let me go. Well, guess what? I probably would have broke my phone trying to dial 911. That's my reaction. These are my reactions, okay? So let's be clear. As we go through this call, these are going to be my reactions. I'm not going to apologize for my passion behind what I feel. I stand on what I stand on, and if I get a little loud, that's okay. Okay, you should be outraged. Let's get into this video. Audio.
And that's all it said, right?
That's all it said.
And she was last seen driving, or she was driving her. What kind of car is that?
It's I don't know because her car's in the shop, so the rental place on
The van that she was driving, was she be in, or you don't know?
no, I don't know. It's Enterprise. She went a call for Enterprise. It's a Pacifica or something.
That's the car you saw this morning, though, right?
Yeah, the black van. Yeah.
a black Pacifica?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Pacifica.
And that's a rental car.
Yes, from Enterprise.
Okay. I have a problem here. Nobody thought to reach out to Enterprise. I mean, okay, come on. It's 2 hours, right? 2 hours after you guys call and make a report, right? But nobody decided to, okay, well, she is in a rental. Let's call the rental and see if they can track it. Let's call the police right now, right here. I mean, something is going on. Why did so much time pass? Is my question. Why are we letting time pass?
All right, I'm sorry. What's her birthday?
Deborah. D-E-B-B-I-E, or her given name is Deborah.
No, her birthday.
D-E-B-O-R-A-H.
Her birthday? And she white, female, black, female?
Pardon me?
She white or black?
White.
How tall is she?
About 5'5".
How much she weigh?
About 150. 145, somewhere around there.
What color hair?
Blondish.
Sir, do you know what your wife looks like or not? Listening to this phone call, it seems like, to me, my opinion, it seems like he is occupied. He's occupied with something. Okay, well, if you know you're on the phone with the police, go in a room and go in a room and close the door and talk to the police. You got the dogs around and this and that. Come on. We'll keep going.
Would she be going to somebody's house or?
That's a good question. I thought she was out shopping for food. Her daughter came over with that strange message and then went upstairs to her bedroom and found out that her driver's license and credit card's still here. So that doesn't sound like her leaving the house.
But why would she go and check and see? See, it goes back to that money. She left her credit cards and this. Why would that be the first thing that you're going to go look for? Why wouldn't it be 911? No one know where she's at, and Enterprise track that vehicle. Where is my mom? Those are just my opinions. That's just what I feel like I would do. That's what I feel like I know I would do in that situation. I mean, reaching out. Hey, is there a GPS on this car? Is there and then calling the police and immediately letting them know, hey, we just got a text message from my mom saying that they won't let me go. I don't know who they is. Let's go.
House to go shopping like I thought she was. She usually shops for food on Saturday.
So she don't have any money at all with her or any other car?
Not to our knowledge. She has nothing.
But is her purse there?
Yes.
She left the purse as well?
Yes.
Does she have family here in town?
No, just her daughter.
Have you tried to call the hospitals and jails just to be sure?
No, I didn't think of calling the hospital.
Now, see, that's where I have a problem. Maybe she was in an accident. Maybe she was, yes, resources. Okay, you didn't call the hospitals. Y'all waited 2 hours. I mean, to me, it feels as though something isn't right. Something isn't clean in that milk. Y'all waited 2 hours to reach out to authorities. You barely know what your wife looks up. Come on.
Okay. Go ahead. Like I said, I got them on the way out there to you.
Okay.
Go ahead and call both hospitals, the Sensational and St. Mary's, and just check with the jail as well to make sure. And we'll have somebody come out there and talk to you.
Okay.
Athens Clark County Police.
Hi, can I speak with Colonel Johnson?
Okay, I don't have a Colonel Johnson.
Okay, so now we are at the part where Amanda calls in. And Amanda has questions. Let's see what they are.
Okay. He just called me. I have some more information for him, and I wanted to get it to him. My name's Amanda Bearden.
Okay. All right, hold on one second. I talked to you earlier. So it was
Yes.
Sergeant Johnson we had you talk to. Hold on.
Sergeant Johnson. I'm sorry, honey.
No, that's okay. There's lots of Johnsons around here, so I want to make sure I got
I
the right one.
I get it.
You just need him to call you back?
Yes, ma'am. I thought about it, and I have her iCloud information. I know that it's and correct me if I'm wrong, but if the phone is turned off, it would still track her. But I do have her. I've got her Apple ID and what I thought was her password, but the password isn't working.
Okay. iPhone tracking. I got more information. I don't have the Apple ID password.
I don't know if y'all have technology or whatever, but I do have. I don't know.
All right, hold on one second, okay?
He said he'd call me back. Okay, thank you.
All right, ma'am, he said he'd be calling you back shortly, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Clark County Police.
Yes, sir. My name is Diane Shirley, and my sister lives in Georgia, and my niece told me she was missing. Her name is Deborah Collier.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now Debbie's sister has now called in. Debbie's sister has now called in. So first it was the dad, then it was the daughter, and now we're about to hear from the sister.
Or she could go by Debbie.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if y'all have any information about it.
As far as, no, not other than with the officer or whoever is working on the case. I don't know anything. Where does she live? Do you know?
All I know is, I'm sorry, I don't know her address. Collier.
Okay.
Collier.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any information. When there's something, they will contact the family. Whenever they have something for that.
Okay.
All right.
We're just not getting information, so I'm just.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I am really worried about my sister.
Okay.
And
you know what do you have any information where she might go, or do you have anything to add?
Well, from my niece, she said that she was in an accident about a month ago, and she was, on the road. She was following this truck, and this truck lost a paint can, and the paint can hit my sister's car, and the paint went everywhere. And the driver was trying to convince my sister not to tell the cops that he was driving because he was out on parole, and there was, a stipulation to his parole that he couldn't drive.
I got you.
I'm sorry.
I was going to ask, do you think that was told to anybody else? Well, do you think that was told to the officer, that concern?
That's standing from my niece.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the officer knows that, but I can have him call you if you want to pass it along with anything to help, you know?
Yes, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's no
Because
problem.
I'm
sorry, go ahead.
I'm in Alabama, and, you know, I really do. She won't, you know, she's not communicating very well with us, and I really would like to know what's going on.
I got you. Yeah, since you may have insight on that, I'll have the sergeant give you a call. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. That would be wonderful.
Good morning. On behalf of Sheriff Joey Terrell, I want to welcome you. To begin with, I'd like to.
All right. So far, I don't know. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of feelings involved. However, I have to set my feelings aside and I have to say, well, what are the facts? What are the details? What stands out? And what is it that I need to question? You know, I would really want to question that husband and that daughter. And I would want to know, at what time did you think that it was okay to let time pass by and then reach out to law enforcement 2 hours later after receiving any information from your mom from her phone? And then, secondly, let me know what that relationship was like. I want to know what y'all's relationship was like. What was your current status before she took off? Were there any arguments? Were there any disagreements? What was it? Because when you say, well, her mom sent her $2,300 odd dollars and then follow up with a text. But this is, oh my God, it's all over the place because Debbie was in the store. She went shopping. She went to the Family Dollar, right? Like, it's not making sense. She was able to purchase things, but then she left her purse home. There's like so many situations going on. So many situations going on. I really pray that people would just be honest and tell the truth, because what goes on in the dark will come to the light. And if they had some involvement in that, it will come out. If they didn't, it will come out. But I'm on the side of truth. I'm on the side of right. And I feel like this woman didn't deserve that. I feel like this woman didn't deserve that. No woman deserves that. No person deserves that. No human being deserves that. And let me just say this. I want to bring up something. Ladies, listen here. I'm going to keep it funky with you. I'm going to keep it real with you. Okay? I definitely want to keep it real with you. We have to protect ourselves. We just have to. We have to. I ran across a TikTok and it was very informative. So I feel like it's only appropriate that I share it with you all. Let's get into it.
Okay, guys, you gonna have to excuse me because I'm extremely upset right now. But we gotta protect our women. We gotta stick together and we gotta keep putting this out there. And I'm gonna keep putting every incident out here until enough women know that they gotta watch their surroundings. Enough women know to take this serious. I got too many people coming on my page talking about they think it's a joke. Well, let me tell you how much of a joke it's not, okay? We just had a woman coming to the ER a couple of hours ago, okay? She was brought in by an ambulance. This woman went to the bar with her friend, and they did breathalyzer, and they did, we drew blood to check her alcohol level, okay? This woman had one drink. The drink barely even registered. What registered was something was put in her drink. Now, y'all people running around here with this damn liquid freaking fentanyl and this freaking these tablets and the stuff that's similar to chloroform that y'all are putting in these women's drinks, and y'all are doing this stuff to these women, you need to die. You belong in hell. Your mama should be somewhere crying. I've had enough of this. Like, my heart can't take it. This woman came to it. All she kept saying was my kids. My kids. Now, I work in the adult side of ER, so I had no idea that there were 3 kids brought into the ER. But after she had her drink, she left her little friends and she went to hang out, went and picked up her kids after she hung out. This woman was driving home. She wrecked her damn car. Okay? She wrecked her car with her kids in it. When she came to, all she kept talking about was her kids. So I went over there to check on her kids. One of her kids is in ICU right now having surgery. And y'all, that baby they said that baby can see my mommy. Well, your mommy is in here for to have surgery too. I kept saying, sweetheart, do you have a number of your mom, your dad, aunt, anybody I can call to get them up here with these kids? Like, oh my God, y'all, we gotta do something. Y'all gotta get this out here. People gotta know it. This is not a damn game, because there's too many of us nurses sitting in our cars crying, trying to pull it together so we can go back in and complete our job. Now, I gotta work 9 more damn hours because I'm on a 16-hour shift. I gotta work 9 more hours. And my brain is so focused on just taking care of them kids that I don't want to see no other patients. Y'all are ripping me apart and I can't do this. Y'all, I need y'all to start getting guns. Carry your guns with you. Shoot them where they stand. I've had enough. Y'all, these babies need their mom.
All right. That was deep. Ladies, if you going out, please, please, please be aware of your surroundings. Don't trust everybody around your alcohol. If you're just now meeting with somebody, you buy your own drink. Oh, baby, I got you a drink. Oh, no, that's fine. That is so lovely of you. But unfortunately, I brought me some money to buy mine. But thank you so much. You chug both of those down and I'll go out. I don't even like margarita. I'm a brown girl. Sometimes you got to throw them off. They have you like a white liquor or a margarita. Oh, babe, oh, that was so nice of you. But you know what? I was thinking about me some um a Jack and Coke or something. Whatever the opposite of what they have for you. Don't never walk up to no table and accept a drink. No, ma'am. If you didn't see it being poured, no, ma'am. You at a party or something like that, pour your own drink. And really, I don't even like drinking at parties. I'd rather just, what I'm saying, pregame or something like that. And then we take our own, situation with us. If I'm going out with some girls and I'm not the designated driver, and the girls that, are hanging out, we have our own bottle. And then that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We drink we have our own, we ain't trusting, we ain't doing, we're not doing that. We pregame and then we have a designated driver to drive the ones that indulge in the pregame, right? So it's all about being safe. And if you don't have nobody that's the designated, hey, somebody better download that app and get a ride. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you look at the tag number, make sure it matches up. Make sure you get a photo, or if you feel comfortable, go on live until you make it to your destination. Absolutely. Listen, we gotta protect ourselves. This is everybody. We have to protect ourselves. Now we have, oh my God. Okay. I want to share a piece of information with you. Let me share this. Black residents in Kansas City, Missouri say police ignored their warnings that an unaliver was targeting Black women until one of his captives escaped earlier this month. A 22-year-old Black woman in Collier Springs, just outside of Kansas City, said she broke free from the basement where a white man held her captive for a month. She also claimed there were more victims, all of them Black women, who were similarly essayed. Timothy Haslett Jr. is now in police custody and faces R-word, kidnapping, and assault charges. Prior to his arrest, the Kansas City Police Department said concerns about a possible serial unaliver were completely unfounded rumors. This speaks to the violent silencing of Black women, specifically of the Black community at large here in Kansas City. Founder of the Black-led independent newspaper, Kansas City Defender, which reported on the missing Black women. This is ongoing. We have cases back in the 90s where Black women have been unalive, notes Justice Gatson. This is heavy. Trigger warning for those that are watching. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
To our listeners and viewers, we begin today's show with a story that includes graphic details of sexual violence. On October 7th, a 22-year-old Black woman in Excelsior Springs, Missouri, escaped from a white man who she says held her captive in his basement for nearly a month, whipping, torturing, and raping her repeatedly. The woman fled and knocked on a neighbor's door for help after the man left the house to take his son to school.
About 7:30 a.m., I faintly heard a young female saying, "Help me."
Lisa Johnson was the first person to encounter the woman and to help rescue her. She told...
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, So this happened to a woman, black woman. She escaped the house and ran to the first person that she could see, first house. And this woman is going to share her experience of when the girl knocked at the door.
Told the Excelsior Citizen the woman was nearly naked as she pleaded for help.
It was actually like an S&M dress. It was plastic, black plastic, very short. It wasn't shorts, it was a dress. That's all she had on, and the duct tape around her neck and the collar. And it was restricted. It was a metal collar. It looked like a shot collar, a homemade one at that. I seen her wrists were pretty messed up and her ankles. Asked what she needed. It was obvious. I didn't really have to ask at that point. I just started.
Wow. Do you know your neighbor? What's going on in your neighborhood? We got our nose in everybody's business, but we let things like this go right up under our nose. Right? Let's get into it.
Started looking. First thing I did was tell her I was calling the police. That kind of agitated her. She told her that if I called the police, that he would kill both of us if he found out. She said he already killed her two friends that she was with.
The woman who escaped said other black women were killed by her abductor. She's not spoken publicly. She's not been named, but she helped break open a story that the Kansas City police had vehemently denied. As community members raised alarm that black women and girls were being disappeared in September, possibly by a serial killer, police responded by saying the reports were, quote, completely unfounded. Some of the concerns were raised in a now viral video by Bishop Tony Caldwell of Eternal Life Church by the independent publication, The Kansas City Defender.
And you know what? That happens more times than many can count on their hands. When it comes to law enforcement, in my experience with them, they don't take us serious. It's like they just leave us out there to just take it. Some of them, I feel like they be like in this mind zone of you deserve, and guess what? You're not getting any help. You know how that feels? These people are paid to serve and protect. You pay your taxes. Come on now. So you're telling me that we are paying these people to bully us. We're paying their salaries, their wages to get bullied. We are paying them to unalive us. We are paying them because it seems like law enforcement, they are so big that they don't have any consequences or repercussions, especially towards the Black community. When you talk about since we hear, is the justice system fair to Blacks? Anybody in here? Is the justice system fair to Blacks? Do we get those same opportunities? Do we get that leniency? But let's get into it.
I am a little upset right now. The reason I'm upset is because we got 4 young ladies that have been murdered within the last week here off of 85th and Prospect. We got a serial killer again, and ain't nobody saying nothing. The media is not covering it. We got 3 young ladies that are missing. Ain't nobody saying a word. What is the problem? Why can't we get some cooperation? Where's our community leaders? Where's our activists? Where's our public officials? Where's our police department? Where is those folks at? In President Gardens. Come on now. We need to start knocking doors. We need to start making sure that this is brought to the light. We cannot continue to let this happen.
After that video went viral,
Let's be honest. Mm, mm, mm. Fighting a battle alone or feeling like you're fighting that battle alone. I mean, I don't know how these women, okay, let's be honest. If we're going to be honest here. So, Prospect is a working area. Okay. And when I say working area, that's for like women that's for women that, street, walking the streets. Okay. And I know about that area. Prospects, I want to say I visited there years ago because I had family that stayed down there. And I know what Prospect gives. Walking to make money, to have, you know. And I'm not saying what they were doing was right. I'm not even saying that's what they was doing. But if that was the case, they didn't deserve what he gave them. He did not deserve to do that to these women. He did not deserve to do that. Like, if they had children, you took women away from their families, their children. But the Black woman is always put last. This is a prime example. We had a Black man reach out. Hey, is something going on? Oh, no, that's just a rumor. That's just a rumor, right?
in September, the Kansas City Police Department spokesperson insisted there was, quote, no basis to support this rumor, unquote. But police have since arrested 39-year-old Timothy Hazlitt of Excelsior Springs, Missouri, for kidnapping and torturing the woman who escaped. The Kansas City Defender has reported on his social media posts saying they show the sexual predator.
Okay, here, I'm going to let you guys know what this man looks like. Hold on. Just horrible. Just, you know what? And all in all, I forgive him. And I just pray that the Lord really deals with this man. Because what he did, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's like, I've had a family member that I love and care about that was found in Chicago in a house. So this hits deep. This hits deep. But I forgive those people. I just ask that the Lord really takes care of them in the way that He sees fit. Because I don't have a hell or a heaven to put nobody in at the end of the day.
Was, quote, a white supremacist who believed we are in a race war. For more, we're joined in Kansas City by two guests, Ryan Sorrell, founder of the Black-led independent newspaper, The Kansas City Defender, and Justice Gatson, executive director of the Real Justice Network, a Black woman-led organization based in Kansas City, Missouri. Welcome you both to Democracy Now! I mean, Ryan, your Black-led independent newspaper has been leading the charge on this as the police department adamantly denied there was any issue until this woman escaped with chains. Can you take us through this story? And not only her story, but she said to the woman who helped her that her friends were killed.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that this is one of the most horrific tragedies that I have ever come across in my lifetime. I know that when we first reported this story, we received it from numerous community members who were making these reports and testimonies, is what we refer to them as. The police department refers to them as rumors, largely because they come from the Black community. But we reported these reports and testimonies in mid to late September. And, you know, rather than reaching out to us to understand and gather more information about where we got this information from, rather than reaching out to the community to understand where these concerns were coming from, the police department, 3 days after we reported this initially, came out and literally just said these are completely unfounded rumors, is what they called them. And as you mentioned, they said that there's no basis to support these claims. And so to me and to us and our community, the number one problem with how the police department handled this situation was that they called it completely unfounded without doing any type of investigation at all. And it seemed, much more like they were actually trying to discredit our community voices and to silence our community voices than to look after what was actually happening in our community. And to us, that's a testament to the type of anti-Blackness that is prevalent in our police department, which is also currently under federal investigation for racism and discrimination. And so once these new revelations came out, I actually reached out to the police department to see if they would update their statement or if they still maintained their initial position that our reports were completely unfounded. And they said that they do still maintain, regardless of these new revelations that clearly show that they were wrong, they said they still maintain their position that what we reported, they said specifically, was completely unfounded.
Now, how about that? You're making reports, you're saying, hey, it's an issue. We need someone to take a look at this. We need somebody to give this some light. We need to correspond with somebody to let somebody know the awareness. Something is going on. And what did they say? Oh, we still stand on what we stand on. Accountability. Where is the accountability?
And so we think that this is a larger conversation, even beyond this specific situation. We think that this speaks to the silencing, the violent silencing of Black women, specifically of the Black community at large here in Kansas City. And this is actually something that has been happening since the inception of the Kansas City Police Department. And we know that this is not the first time that this has ever happened.
And Ryan, I wondered if you could elaborate on that, some of the department's legacy of inflicting violence on the Black community, and also at times even police officers themselves implicated.
Now listen here, guys. Let's talk about it. do the white communities get the, do they get pulled over? Do they get stared down? Do they get scared in their neighborhoods as they're driving their Mercedes, their Range Rovers, and all of the things? Come on now. So y'all not only, oh wow, this is deep. Those in poverty don't have some, I can't say all, but I want to say, no, I'm speaking of poverty right now. Okay, so those that are in poverty that aren't, they don't make as much as they don't fix incomes. Let's just say that. And then you have them getting tickets. Then you have a liquor store in their neighborhoods. And then you have this, and then you have that, and then there's crime. How can they grow when there's no community centers opposed to the other side of town? But let's get into it.
Absolutely. I mean, our police department, as I mentioned, is under federal investigation at this very moment. The federal investigation was launched a little bit over a month ago. Even just this past year, there have been multiple cases where the police department has been indicted for corruption. For instance, a situation last year where the very first police officer in Kansas City Police Department history was finally indicted for the murder of an unarmed Black man. And in that case, this was the case of Cameron Lamb. In that case, it was proven in the courtroom that the Kansas City Police Department planted evidence. They planted a gun and said that it was from Cameron Lamb. In another instance, a man named Malcolm Johnson was murdered in a gas station, and the police department in the official police reports said that Malcolm Johnson was armed and that he was engaged in a shootout with the police department. And it wasn't until weeks later when employees of that gas station leaked surveillance footage that showed that not only was Malcolm Johnson unarmed the entire time, but that he was actually being held down by 3 police officers, and one of the police officers accidentally shot another police officer and then murdered Malcolm. And so this pattern of what's taking place in our city with the police department lets us know that we have no expectation any longer that they have the capability to be able to provide safety for people in our communities. And so that's why people like you'll hear from Justice Gatson from the Real Justice Network, these Black women who are creating infrastructure and public safety infrastructure that we can create for ourselves in our community so that we don't have to rely on this police department that we know is very clearly and blatantly anti-Black.
How many of us can say that? If you're in a city or a town, do you feel that way about your community or your police department? Come on, is there issues in your police department? If so, file those complaints. We are taxpayers. This is what we pay for. We pay them to take the responsibility, you know what I'm saying, and do what's right. They're supposed to serve and protect us. They're not supposed to be out here harming us. Okay? And then this is another thing. I want to say that everybody, I don't care what you do and how you do it, but please get out there and vote. Okay? Let's see. I've got my voters card. It came in the mail. Oops, let me take this down, child. Okay. But yeah, I got mine. I just got to sign it. But go vote this year. Go vote. Go vote. Okay. And actually, I'm going to put up a banner that says, please go vote. Okay. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. There's a lot of distractions going on around here. Just be aware of that. But the real part is really paying attention, standing up for what's right. You see something wrong, don't go with that wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't be a problem. Be a part of the solution. Okay?
Blatantly racist and is currently being investigated for these things. So.
Yeah, you mentioned Justice Gatson. I'd like to bring you into the conversation. Welcome to Democracy Now! And could you talk about the Excelsior Springs neighborhood where Timothy Haslett lived, and Prospect Avenue, the area where the 22-year-old Black woman who escaped his house was from?
Yeah, sure. So Excelsior Springs is like a suburb of Kansas City. So down on Prospect area, the 80s, that would be considered in the city of Kansas City. And so you'll have to drive out of the city into Excelsior Springs. And so it's a smaller community in Excelsior Springs, a quieter community, and quite frankly, I could see an easier space to get away with something like this. And so, yeah, that's the community, that's the landscape. This woman was snatched off of the streets in the city and driven to a suburb and forced to stay there for nearly a month.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is very heavy. I definitely want you to sound off and comment in the comments. I want to thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. And please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm your host, Queen Tulsa, and this concludes our show.